Well, let's go live to Athens now for some analysis of this developing story. Nicholas Theocarakis is an assistant professor at the Department of Economic Sciences at the National University of Athens, and he joins us now. Nicholas Theocarakis, welcome to Lateline.
Good afternoon from Athens.
Well, besides the fact that this appears to be a mess of grand proportions, where are we up to? Will the Prime Minister survive this confidence vote, do you think? And will the opposition get the snap election that it's looking for?
Okay, the majority is going to be wafer thin, so it depends on the last-minute horse trading between the Prime Minister and some of the people who used to support him. But the truth is that even if the government falls or they create a new coalition government or a government that would take us to the next election, the problem with Greece is that it's not a Greek problem anymore. It's a European problem. And I don't think that there is a miraculous Greek government that can do something to avert a potential financial and political catastrophe. So it's more about what the Europeans are going to do about Greece rather than what the Greek government can do. The only thing that is certain is that the policy that has been tried is a policy that failed. And this is why that the government and the Prime Minister in particular are so unpopular in Greece at this moment.
Of course, though, I guess whichever side of politics is in government, the economics of this stays the same, but you need a leader to get your way through the coming years. Will Papandreou survive, do you think? And indeed, do the Greek people accept these austerity measures? Do they want to be part of the eurozone?
Okay, I think that even if he survives the present confidence vote, Papandreou is gone from Greek politics. I don't think we're going to see him again. He failed miserably, and the last stand with the referendum, I don't know how it came about. You know, it's something that had no reason. Maybe he snapped, I don't know. As we say in Greece, the soul of a man is an abyss. So with Papandreou, I don't think we have a future. Now, if there is a leader that can actually convince the Europeans that it would be for the best interests of Europe and the world economy to do something better about Greece, because as you see, the problem now is not Greece, it's Italy. Tomorrow it would be Ireland or Spain, and then the world economy. So is how convincing can the Greek government be, and also a government that does not have the commitments of the Papandreou government? This is another thing. So yes, maybe a new government can do that. I'm not sure, though, that at the moment we have very able alternatives in the Greek political scene.
And what is the situation with that threatened referendum? Is it definitively off the table?
Absolutely. It was never on the table. I mean, the first minute he uttered the word referendum, it was very obvious to anybody that there was no possibility that this would have been gone through. And he was summoned to Brussels, and they told him what every Greek knew, that this wouldn't be possible. I mean, it was a very daft idea from the first place.
You would have heard in that earlier story that there is now some serious discussion as to whether or not Greece will stay in the eurozone. Up to this point, really, it's not been seriously discussed. Do you think there is a chance that Greece would return to the drachma?
You know, anything is possible now, and I think that, if you like, in terms of the way the political game has been played, there are many people who would be for Greece to leave the eurozone, to enjoy a minute of success. But I don't think that this will happen. The European leaders will, I think, convince their electorates that this is not a viable solution. And even in Greece, where people are rather unhappy with the fact that what happened in Greece in the last years after the memoranda and the agreements, people would actually say that we won't leave the eurozone. Because if you leave the eurozone, you have to leave also the European Union. So personally, I don't think that this is a probable course of action. On the other hand, the way they managed to make things like their own faces, as we say in Greece, this is a much more possible scenario than it used to be. But still, the likelihood of that happening is very, very slim.
You referred earlier to the fact that Italy is now the focus of attention, and indeed the IMF has been given enhanced surveillance authority, if you like, over Italy. It appears that the IMF has become the centrepiece of this European, or this effort to rescue Europe. Why the IMF?
Okay, I think that at this moment, the IMF, that was the bad guy of the political scene, proves to be less neoliberal than the European governments at the moment. The thing, though, is that what happened to Italy gives, if you like, a sense of urgency. And maybe this will put some sense into the European leaders' heads that it was not Greece. Greece was a very, a whipping boy or a poster boy of what things could go wrong. But now that things get really serious with Italy, I think that the IMF would show the way, and the European leaders eventually will understand that they have to go above their own country and party politics and abandon an economic theory that led to nowhere, and try to do something real about Europe and Greece as part of that solution.
And when you listen to what's happening at the moment in Cannes and the discussions around G20, do you have some optimism that there is now the realisations required to resolve this?
I don't know. I think possibly with other leaders in G20, they will finally convince them that this is something that they have to do, how they have to recycle surpluses, how they have to take more important action, how that they do need a bazooka instead of doing tricks about leveraging and creating SPIVs, that is special purpose investment vehicles, about Europe that are underfunded. These things should take place. Otherwise, we are hopeless. We are tiptoeing in a minefield at the moment.
Nicholas Theocarakis, many thanks for joining us from Athens on this really crucial day.